What is going on, guys? Keen Flame here, back with another video. Today we're gonna be looking at the announcement from a month and a half ago now. I didn't have time yet to do an analysis on all the retold information, so I'm gonna go over everything. I've already seen everything of it because, of course, but there's a lot of information that we can digest and that we can look at that you guys might not know or might have missed. I've seen videos of the other guys analyzing this and they missed quite a bit of information. So I'm gonna be um, speaking about all of that. I do also know some information that I'm probably not gonna share because it's probably not cool to the guys working on the game. Um, but you can DM me if you want for information. And anyway, I'm just gonna watch the video. If you haven't watched it yet, you can watch it with me right here, or you can just search it on YouTube and watch it yourself first. So let's go here.
Hello, heroes! I'm here in the studio today using augmented reality to step into the world of Age of Mythology Retold. Yes, I am standing next to a
Let me pause right here. So honestly, I remember they made like the thread where they said they were gonna do like a sneak peek showing like 3 myth units, and honestly, my expectations after extended edition were like sky low. Get a skybox, and like that made no sense. But anyway, my expectations were very low, and honestly, I was pleasantly surprised already seeing this first frame. Like, it looks fucking sick, right? Like AR Titan Gate, and you can already see in the background that the graphics look very, very sick. You can see the Colossus here. You can see all the embellishment, all the nature, the mist, the water looks great. The grass near the water looks great. The cypress tree, the minotaurs. There's a lot you can see here already.
gate, and yes, we will get to that
You
very
can
soon.
see the Poseidon Scout
My
swimming
name is
here.
Melinda Rose, and I am the art director here at World's Edge, and I feel so honored to be
And I think she did a great job with the art direction. I think it looks great. Some people said it looks cartoony, but I think it's just right. Like I also you have to keep in mind all the angles shown on the screenshots and everything. They're from angles with edits or lightnings, like special lightnings we would normally never play on, and they're from weird angles in the editor that we would also never play on. The game looks that weird also in the original version. We will get to that eventually. You guys probably don't have no clue what I'm talking about right now, but anyway, let's just keep going, right?
part of this team, and to be able to show off this game to you that we
Is there high quality here? I do have premium, so.
all have been working so hard on, and we love.
So here you can see like the main menu, and I think this is like the tunnels from like the dwarven scenarios in the campaign, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's something else, but it looks like a prototype of like the dwarven tunnels, whatever. I'm not sure. Anyway, you can kind of see like I'm not sure what it says, but
So much. So in
so here you can see a Greek town center. You can see the score on top of here. That's probably a god icon as well. And then there's the score, the player name. Here's like the menu options, so that's all the same. And then here is like a big circle, which is probably where the Titan Gate god power will be. And then around here are the god power slots, and then above here are the resources. And I know every Age of Mythology player, including myself, is used to the resources being right here in the top left corner. Um, but I did some research, and since this is made on the same engine as the original AOM AOE 3 DE as well, which is an upgraded engine, uh, that means that in that game, there was multiple UI options. So you had the choice for like 3 or 4 different options. So you could put it down here, the resources bar, or down here. You could like basically move everything around the way you want to play. So if you're worried about the resource placement right here, then do not worry. It'll be okay. Like 99% sure.
Age of Mythology Retold, we're
Okay, wait, let's go back a second here. So you can see here, it reads game rules. So in original extended edition, there's about 10 rules. So this is basically probably the same rules. And then here, standard, Acropolis, and then it shows like the map image. So this is like the loading screen before you get into like a PvP match or a game against the AI. And here it says like a little description about the map. And on the right side, you can see the player. So player one in the blue color, and then um, player two in the red color. And then I think that's Zeus, and above there, I'm not sure.
Told we're not only
And this might be a Wadjet or a German Alpha. I'm not sure, but there's nothing too interesting to see here yet.
upgrading the engine and bringing all of those quality
So
of
here, the Age of Mythology beta. So they'll probably be available this summer, is my guess, and then it will release. Like the final release will probably be around Halloween, just like the original Age of Mythology. So like 30 October or something crazy like that. And you can also see what people missed here is you see the controller icon. So yes, indeed, you can play on controller and on the Xbox, also with mouse and keyboard, I believe. So you can see he has a controller plugged in here.
of life
Um,
improvements that you've come to expect from Warner.
yeah. So this studio is Tantalus Media, and they pretty much make the graphics, I believe. So, and here you can see the editor. So these little red icons are like the what are they called again? They basically give like vision. They're invisible to the player when you play the game, but they give vision in the game basically. Like you can see that area, a specific area. They're like invisible objects. So the editor is looking really, really good. I like it. So they're keeping the editor. You can see the Dwarven Mine in the corner here. The market. So yeah, looking really good, honestly. Like I like the mountains, I like the textures. I like what they did to the healing spring over here. It just looks great. Like I like it. Like all these little stones here. It's very nice. So here's something more interesting. So player one, Yorkie, which is the player name, and then town center. And here you see like the garrison slots, which is the same. The range is 20. I forgot what the one and two is, but it's also the same pretty much. So Zeus. And then here's interesting. I think this is not finished yet. These icons, because it doesn't make any sense. Like he's selecting a town center, but the farm is available, the goats and everything. So this might maybe he has two units selected here. So it shows like multiple options from two different units, like a town center and a villager, for example. And then here's the hero slots. So you got like a little helmet guy. I'm not sure, probably Jason. And then E is Heraclius. Uh, and then R is Odysseus, and T is probably Bellerophon. So they probably moved Odysseus to the third age. I guess they thought that Odysseus in the classical age is too abusive with the range and like, I mean, Odysseus is like honestly like a giga tank. So I don't blame them. So they probably switched Heraclius and Odysseus around.
Edge. But in addition to that, we're doing even more.
So here you can see switching different lightnings, which makes the game look completely different. That's what I was talking about earlier.
The art. So that means all
Here is like temporal scaffolding, whatever. It's like a new Chronos ability. I don't see the time shift icon. I really hope they are not removing time shift from Chronos because it's like one of the most fun and unique bonuses there is in the game. So I'm really hoping they're not removing it. But it basically says that everything around it, um, like you can basically make buildings around it faster with that extra bonus. That's like a new bonus. This is the Chronos Town Center.
new 3D models, all new animations, textures, UI, VFX, the whole shebang. So we are going to be
Yeah, the whole shebang.
showing
Cool.
off three characters from the Greek civilization.
All right, let's see it.
Pegasus and Cerberus. Usually you'd be seeing them from high up in the sky as you command your battles, but I'm biased and I wanted to show the characters
Yeah.
as close to life size as we can fit them. Well, without any further ado, let's bring Medusa into the studio. Are you excited? I am so excited. Oh, hello!
Looks pretty sick to me.
This is so cool.
Obviously, it's going to
See
be
her living
very
in real life
small.
like this? She's not so low poly anymore, is she? From this distance, you're able to see all the details we've added to her model to tell her story. Each strand of her hair is an individual wild snake. She wears Grecian-styled golden snake armbands. Her armor is made up of flexible scale mail to mimic scales. And if you're brave enough to get super close and risk being petrified and turned to stone,
Hmm.
you can even see her vertical snake-like pupils.
Great.
All right, well, I don't have any good counters for Medusa in the building today, and we gotta keep this rolling, so I'm just gonna cut straight to her death animation. Medusa, I'm so sorry to see you go. Oh, that's brutal, isn't it? Well, next up, let's bring in Pegasus.
Okay, watch here and behind the screen here where my cursor is. So you can see the Greek scout, like they did something to the pathfinding, and you can see that the Greek scout will just walk through these hoplites like they're invisible. So let's see. You see that? They just walk right through it. Like if that's how they're gonna fix pathfinding, then I really don't know, guys. Like I'm not so sure about that. Like I think the whole body blocking, yeah, it's kind of toxic, right? But if units are just gonna be completely invisible and you can just walk right through them, I'm not too sure about that. But I do hope they fix that, or there's like a little bug right there. But yeah, let's keep watching.
Hi, Pegasus. Oh, he's so cute, isn't he? So Pegasus is the majestic. This
Yeah.
old
So
winter
basically, this is like the upgraded version where
grade units.
there's like an upgrade in the game where the Pegasus becomes free and they only cost favor, and this is like the visual upgrade of that. So every upgrade for myth units in the original game is gonna have like a visual upgrade for every myth unit. That's like basically the gist of it.
Through technologies, those units will get a brand new visual upgrade to
Yeah.
reflect that increase in power. Say hello, Pegasus. You're all excited to see us. We have to say goodbye.
Some of the death animations remind me of like a death spider. I don't know why. Just everything else looks amazing. Like I really love it, but the death animations, like how they kind of crawl up and like I don't know, it looks like a death spider. I don't know, a
Oh,
little bit
oh,
off.
that makes me so sad. All right, last but not least, let's bring in
And this is
Cerberus.
fucking sick. Like I was amazed.
This is the hound
I
of
was amazed
Atreus
by
and
this.
titan of the Greek civilization. He's a little smaller again than he will be in game, but believe it or not, this was one of the first models that we made for Age of Mythology Retold back when we were trying to decide, what we wanted this game to look like. He wears heavy chains and tattered armor, which represent his escape from the underworld, as well as the mark of Hades on his shoulder pauldron.
Yeah, so he has the mark of Hades, but as Zeus and Poseidon, you also make the Titans, same Titan Cerberus. So I'm wondering if they're gonna give a unique Titan for each god. That would be kind of cool. Honestly, that would be sick if they do that.
Titans have been upgraded to be more powerful against walls and buildings, and even rivers and oceans won't be able to stop their wrecking power.
So now Titans can walk through water, ocean. So in Watering Hole, you can basically just cross the river. And on Mats Rating, you can cross the middle if you're playing Islands map against the AI. Uh, it's actually useful now to build a Titan because it can just cross the ocean as well. And she also said that the Titan is now stronger against walls and buildings. So Titans are going to be strong, and they're still going to cost just the same cost. Because in the sneak peek earlier, you saw that the cost is exactly the same as it is in the original. So they're going to be much stronger and also the
With three
same
ferocious
cost.
heads and more destructive power than ever before, Cerberus will be a formidable opponent or a powerful ally in Age of Mythology Retold. Okay, well, he is obviously raring to go and going. Oh, oh. Wish I could do that to my opponents in game. So, to wrap things up, our goal is to not only pay homage to the past, but to breathe new life into this game and maximize the mythology. And one more thing before I go, I would like to reveal our official cover art, featuring so many of the iconic gods and
So Loki and the Fenris wolves and both Sark, or no, it's actually a Minotaur. Um, so Odin and his two ravens, Ra, um, Zeus, Poseidon, Neil Gaia, which looks like Groot, which I'm honestly fine with. Looks pretty cool, like new. And then we got Athena with her owl. We got, I think it's Set, but it might also be Anubis, but probably Set. And then we got Isis in the middle, and then Thor, Arkantos, Amenra, and the Norse campaign hero, Ricklick Knife, whatever it's called, right?
Some heroes players will remember.
So honestly, it looks a little bit like a mobile game, but I'm gonna give him a pass because everything else looks amazing, and honestly, it kind of grew on me. I don't mind it. It's not like the original, I guess, but it's something new, and I'm definitely down for something new. So I think this looks pretty cool, like pretty great, especially like uh, I cannot wait to see the other minor god portraits and the major god portraits and everything. So definitely cool. They should have probably put the H off like above here and then move the mythology to the left side a little bit so it's like more centered. I'm not sure why they did it like this, but anyway, it doesn't really matter.
I am excited to announce the Age of Mythology Retold will be available on day one on both PC and Xbox. So follow us on socials for behind.
Okay, so that's the video, right? So let's move on to the next thing. So it does release in 2024. My guess is the beta in the summer and the release in the fall. So there was like an interview here with Adam Ice Green, and basically the gist of it is that let's scroll down. Basically, the gist of it is that Xbox players and people that use the controller on the PC get to use the villager priority system, which means that idle villager idle villagers are automatically tasked back to the resources. So if your villager is idle and you're playing with a controller, then your villager will go back to the most nearby resource, for example, wood, gold, or food, which means you'll have a lot less idle villagers. But he did say that it is way less efficient and that it has like a built-in delay basically. And Xbox players also get auto queue on villagers, um, which will, and he said basically that it will also be on PC. So I'm assuming that even for keyboard and mouse players, you also have auto queue at least for villagers. I'm not sure if it will be for military, and I'm not sure if it will be turned on in ranked, but there will be auto queue at least for custom games. Um, Besides that, he just said that God Power is basically they're reusable. So you have like two lightning storms. So there's like a little like a window before you can use it again. My guess is like after 10 minutes you can use it again. So you would have you could use like all the God Powers multiple times, just like Atlantean God Powers. And um, you can also there will also be hotkeys for myth units, is what he's saying. So basically, you want to save like the Medusa special ability, then you can only press it when you need it. And um, just trying to go through this pretty quickly. And then he had some kind of weird remark where he said that the original Age of Mythology was not well received, and he just ignores the extended edition on Steam. Like he doesn't even talk about it. Like dude, like the original AOM was really well received, and the extended edition was the one that you made, by the way, Adam Ice Cream, that you produced. Uh, that did not well, and it was like abandoned for like 10 years straight. So that's on you, buddy. So don't start blaming the original game, you know? And um, yeah, that's about it for this article. So um, we'll get back to this later. So this is like the portrait for Poseidon. Honestly, his face looks a little bit weird. I do like the horses and like the details, but his face looks a little bit weird to me. And this is Loki. He looks like just a higher quality version of the original one. Looks very, very cool. Yeah, I like it. And then, um, so basically, some developers, like even like the main ones, like the Forgotten Empire, like the head of the studios, they got their profile open. And you can actually see that they have already been playing Age of Mythology Retold. and certain players, which I won't name, I guess, already have 1K hours played on the public version. So you can find a lot of information already if you go to those people's profiles on Steam, and you can even find out that there will be 50 achievements. So the next article, which they did an interview with Yuan, and I like Yuan a lot more. I like his tone a lot more than Adam Ice Cream. He seems to care a lot more about the community, a lot more genuine, and he cares about the competitive side and just everything. Like I just like like this interview. I'll link it in the description. This interview is a lot better than the other one. He doesn't talk down on the game, and he basically shouts out that we've been playing this game competitively for a pretty long time, and he wants to like boost our community by releasing this game and give us the tools to run tournaments and all of that. So let me see. Um, but yeah, you can basically read this on your own. But I like this interview a lot more. Okay, so just read it on your own and let me know what you think. So here is the here is the Steam page. So basically, they release a lot of screenshots, and we will look at these in detail. I have them opened right here, and um, so it basically says like that you can play the four original civilizations, including Atlantean. So Atlantean will be in the game, and China will be not in. Thank God, Chinese civilization will not be in. I hope they just release it as a DLC. But honestly, in my opinion, like the Chinese Civ has such a bad reputation that they should honestly just save it and first prove that they can actually make a new good civilization first and just make Aztec first or something else like a Japanese or something. Like do not start with the Chinese civilization as the first DLC. Like people will be mad that it's not given for free. So start with the Aztec civilization first. And then here they say play with up to 11 of your friends, which is like it has always been in the game. Like this has always been a possibility. I just hope it doesn't lag. Like I hope the performance is good. Like if there's one thing, like I don't care about rechargeable god powers and the increased population limit, which was also mentioned in the article, by the way. Like I that's all fine. If they balance it, like I'll give them time to balance it, right? But if the game lags, like it'll be unplayable. It's just like extended edition. Like we cannot have that again. Like the game has to run super lag free, even in 4v4s, even with like 1,000 units on the screen. Like there should not be any delay, any lag, any network input lag, any performance or render like nothing. Like it should just be perfect. So I hope they really hammer on that. So here you can see the studios that are working on it. So World's Edge, Forgotten Empires. These guys are making the graphics, and then what you can see here is Capture Age. So what that is, they made the observer mode for Age of Empires 2. So we will be having a really sick observer mode in Age of Mythology Retold as well. Here's a video showing what that is in Age of Empires 2. So basically, you can like super zoom out and like there'll be like so much data when you're like observing games. So you can probably like click on your friend list and like spectate someone that's playing a ranked game, or you can spectate basically any game that you want and observe. And you can observe games with as many people as you would like. Um, so there'll be a very advanced observer tool. So that's really nice. That's really nice that they're adding that. All right. So here I found this on LinkedIn. So this is basically what gave me some confidence that the performance of the game will be really good. So this is about basically implemented a JIT compiler over the existing interpreter for the scripting engine. So like the supremacy map scripts, like the maps, like will run very smoothly. It basically means that they won't have to call the objects constantly, like anything like when something happens in the game constantly, like something like the code has to change. But with this, it doesn't like have to do that or something. At least that's what someone told me. Like that's how it works. Sure, but this is very good news for like the performance, I think. So it was worth a mention. So here's like the Age of Empires page, which you can see like the banner again. And here you can pull a bigger screenshot of another one that we will see soon. So let's go over the screenshots from the Steam page, which will also be the last thing that I will go over. But before that, here you can see the citizens. So the citizens will be in no other villagers. So Atlantean will have the citizens. Very nice for beginners. Okay, so here is the Egyptians. So honestly, I think it looks amazing. Uh, I have so much praise for how this looks. I think it looks amazing. Everything looks really good. But for the sake of the video, I guess I'll give a little bit of critique. So let's zoom in a little bit. I think the catapult looks a little bit too wooden, like plastic, if that makes sense. Like it looks a little bit off, maybe. And the elephants, if this is champion elephants, I think they should be completely gold, like the original. And um, besides that, I think everything looks great. So Phoenix is really big. That surprised me. And then the rock looks really big as well. So someone in another video said that this is the Egyptian Wonder. That's not the case. This is just the campaign pyramid from this level, but they added a lot more units to this campaign level, which probably will not be in the actual game. This is just like a promotional screenshot. So the widget has been updated to be lore accurate. And then I think the laser crocodile could maybe look a little bit cooler. It looks a little bit too much like a toy, but it's okay. I mean, honestly, I'll give him a pass on almost everything because everything looks so great. Son of Osiris. So the Migdol Temple, the Avengers in the back, the Anubites. So let me see. Tartarian spawns, mummies, Scarab, Scorpion Man, X-Men, Chariots, Slingers, Monument, and Obelisk, and more monuments. So everything looks amazing. So let's go to the next screenshot. So this is Gaia. This is the Atlantean Titan. I think he looks a little bit too much like Kronos. Like I could tell this was the Atlantean Titan by the crystals in his back. So I'm wondering if Kronos gets like Kronos and then like Gaia gets the Gaia Titan and then Uranus gets like this one. I think that would make sense, but I'm not sure. So let me see. The Hero Arcus, the Dryads, and they changed the Argus a little bit here. They gave it tails and like scarier looking, I guess. Like they're more like slimy sea looking monsters with a lot of eyeballs. And honestly, like the sea here, the sea fight in the back looks really, really great. Like the destruction animation. Like the siege ship looks really great. The fire siphon looks really great. Or the fire siphon ship, whatever. I just think the Heka Gigantes look a little bit weird. Like they look a little bit off. Like I think the older one looks cooler. I wish they would just keep the design of the older one. And the Satyrs look okay, I guess. Not bad. And then the Hierocontarius, I think they look a little bit skinny, like skinnier than the other ones. But the temple looks amazing. Like I like the lighting. All right. So there's also ray tracing in Retold. So they are going all out. Like the game will look really good if you have a good PC. The Behemoth is like a little bit more triceratops looking. So yeah, everything looks great here. I think that I don't like the change of the Gaia Force though. I think they should have kept the original design. I don't like how the how the leaves are like at the very top here. I think it looks a little bit like too skinny, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's go to the next one. All right. So this is the screenshot where I think a lot of people said it looks cartoony, but if you compare this part, which looks a little bit cartoony, I agree. This part does not because the lightning here is different. And this is what I was talking about, that the lightning affects a lot how the game looks. And this is like a special lightning setting, which is not really used on PvP maps. So there's like nothing to worry about really. Um, so in a mountain giant, like the proportions look a little bit differently. So there's the campaign heroes in the middle. The berry bushes look pretty cool. The caribou looks pretty cool. I like the ground textures. Here's the Jarl, the Radiant Cavalry, Troll and X-Men, or I think these might actually be Huskarls. And then Troll and X-Men here, the Herster, Valkyrie. Um, Only female villagers for some reason. Maybe they haven't done the male villager yet, or it's just a little troll. And then here in the corner, you can see the Ozark, Herster, Troll and X-Men, and Anajar. Oh, it looks really sick. I like the mountain textures. I'm not sure if these are like separate rock objects or if this is actually like the new mountain, like how it looks like, because this looks pretty cool. I think these are rocks. Yeah, I think they place extra rocks. And here you can see also the new Raven, I think. So, and there's also two new things on this map or this screenshot. So first, you have a new unit, which seems to be like the Norse javelin thrower. We didn't have this before, so these three guys are heroes. So my guess is that you can only make three of them, and these will be like a counter to flying units like the Rock, which Norse badly needed. So that's good. And it's also a better approach than the Box Viger from EE, which you could just spam like infinite amounts of, and they were good against basically anything. And this is a new building, and because they are increasing the population of the game, like the max population, like per age, I think. I think this is like a H3 or H4 house. I think they're added new houses for H3 and 4, like in the later ages, that you can make these houses to expand your population further. Like you can make more army, more villagers. That's my guess, at least. And I think that would probably be the best solution if you want to increase the population limit, because if you change the population limit in the classical age, the game will be too different. But if you only limit it to age 3 and 4, I think it's fine, because always in the late game, it's always been a problem, right? Because people play late game with towers and walls, and their armies are very small, especially for Atlantean. The armies are very small. So I think increasing the population in the later ages is very good. So I'm all for that. So this screenshot is probably my favorite screenshots. It just his chest is like, what's wrong with that man? Like he looks pretty muscular, like his delts is like Death Star delts here. And his bicep, like he has nice separation here, and his forearms like gigantic, like the enormous. He has some pretty good quad muscles, a little bit of a belly, but then his chest is just sagging like crazy. Like what? Like that makes no sense. He's like gyno. Like yeah, maybe he's taking some Norse steroids or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks a little bit off. I hope they fix that. But yeah, the hammer is looking sick. He even has like blue fingernails now, so very cool. I do think the Nidhogg body looks a little bit too small for the wings. Uh, well, that's okay. Then here, people were saying this is like a farmer's wolf, but these are farmer's wolves, and these are Thimble winter wolves in between. I think this one is the Ornlu, the hero from the editor. The big, it's basically a big farmer's wolf. And then here you have like a new object, like stones with blood on it. And then here you have the Huskarls, the Einajars, and the upgraded Einajar, and then the Valkyrie with the Valkyrie upgrade, I think. Then here you see the upgraded Frost Giant and more Frost Giant. And I think this is the temple, but this might also be a new building. So I'm not sure, but yeah, I love this screenshot. It looks so nice. So this is the same screenshot as this one, but this one is taken from their side and it is a bit bigger. So let's go over this one instead. So honestly, like this looks amazing. So the hoplites look insanely sick. The Toxotai look insanely sick. I do think the Colossus look a little bit like a toy for like an 8-year-old boy, you know, like the chest plate just makes it look like that. But besides that, it looks great. They're also much bigger than before, so that's pretty cool. I hope they make myth units a little bit more useful because currently it's like yeah, it's okay to make some myth units, but you can't really spam them because heroes are just too good. And the civilizations that do not have access to enough heroes struggle with a lot with myth units. So I hope they fix those issues. So you can see a lot on this screenshot. So the Hades Wonder, the fortresses, the town center, market towers, Minotaur, Temple of the Gods from the campaign, the skyline in the back, um, the shrine, Greek shrine, the Nemean line looks a little bit weird. Chiron. Let's see what else. So here are Hippicons and Achilles, Promodus, or however you pronounce that, a statue of the Greek general from the Titans campaign. You can see the Peltast here, the Myrmidons, the Poseidon Greek hero boat, and the Tyremes in the back. The Greek tents, the houses, the walls, the cypresses, all the textures, and the Greek road texture mixed with like a Greek sand road texture. And here you see the Hippopist, Ajax, Perseus, the Minotaur, and statue of Hades, and a fountain. So looks amazing, honestly. Very good, very cool. Here you can see a little bit more zoomed in. So yeah, the X of the Minotaur is really big, so I like that. Nice. And here is the last screenshot, and this is the last thing we'll be talking about in this video. So this is from the Gaia campaign mission. You see the Lampedes, the Satyrs, the overgrown Gaia temple, and here in the back you can see the Atlantean citadel. So basically when Egypt casts the citadel on your town center, on the Atlantean town center now, you'll get your own unique looking citadel. Which I'm assuming we will have a unique citadel for each town center. This was also a mod in Extended Edition, so you can already get these basically. So the Sky Passage, Destroyed Manors, Dryads. Galadriel has black hair now. She is no longer a redhead, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know what you like or prefer. Amunra, Ajax, like the grown-up versions of these two heroes. Castor, Automaton with the upgrade, Fanatics, and some destroyed buildings. So that was probably a pretty long video, longer than I wanted it to be, but also the mirror tower here, by the way. But it was fun looking at it again, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and maybe you have seen some things that you might have missed the first time around. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.